So this is Ellen. She's just finished doing her seminar here. What have you been talking about this morning?
I've been talking about omega-3s because I'm with an organization called GOED, which is the global organization for EPA and DHA Omega-3s. So we're trying to do some education here around what's important about EPA and DHA-based omega-3s.
Okay, what is important for anyone who's watching on the TVs around the venue?
Well, I thought about this, and I think that there's three things that are important for people to know about omega-3s. And the first one is that omega-3s are safe and effective. There's more than 25,000 clinical studies on omega-3s. It's one of those segments of the industry that really have so much science behind it. And there's science on a lot of different indications. So it's good for your heart, it's good for your brain. It's really one of those nutrients that can do so many different things in the body. And so it's really a nice place to be in the industry if you're a functional food company and thinking about new markets to explore. Omega-3s is one that has a lot of science.
It must be a great platform to get your message across and your company's message across.
I think it is. I think that it's important for us to talk to the industry as we're doing here, but what we're seeing more is it's becoming more important to talk to the consumer media. One of the points I made during my presentation today is that there's been a lot of negative consumer media recently about omega-3s, and we think that that's obviously an issue and something that we're very concerned about. And the problem is that there's studies coming out that are not necessarily very well done, and so it's poor study design, and the results are not really representing the true science that has been done. And more importantly, the media is taking those stories and running with them in a very irresponsible and negative way. And there's some sensational headlines out there that are not true, and it's really damaging consumer credibility.
What can you do to change those damaging reports?
It's hard because negative stories are way more interesting than positive stories. So it's kind of boring to say there's another good omega-3 study out there. So we as a trade organization are talking to our members to figure out how we can leverage the systems that they already have in place and make sure that we're getting more positive information out there to the consumer media. And we realize this is going to be a challenge, but if we can have an atmosphere where there's a lot more positive publicity out there when these negative studies hit, we're hoping that they won't really do quite as much damage.
Well, good luck with getting your message across, and thank you for talking to us, Ellen.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Well done.